Alright, before this episode starts, I messed up. Koga was muted for like half the episode. I did not realize that. So I went back and I had subtitles for what I think he was saying. So enjoy. What's going on, everyone? I'm your host, Crux. We're back with some more Assassin's Creed Shadows. Like always, I'm joined by... Sorry, you have to stay in the attic. For your own safety. That's fine. I made friends with the rats anyways. So, in the last episode we said that we were going to take a bit to learn a tiny bit more about, like, about AC Shadows, right? Yeah.
Please, don't call the guards. She would have wanted her burial here.
Your wife?
She was to be my wife.
And
what happened?
In the column, she had a shop. The Borgia moved into
we
the
of course
district,
have like
my
people
wife
that are
refused to close.
defending it,
They found Monica
and
with
people
two
who
thrown knives in her
are shitting on it, and I am going to
I heard of a woman who takes contracts for
give my stance on this.
near the antique baths.
Leave before
Though I do not have Shadows and I have not played it. Oh. Is this one? Oh, it's... Okay, that's a little... It's been a hot minute, been, in the realm of... I've been in the realm of allergies making me want to die. Had, like, days where, like, I just could not talk for the life of me. Fuck, I need a new horse. The reason why I need a new horse is because we have to jump across that broken bridge. And the issue is, if you have a horse that has like all those bags on it, it's not light enough to make that jump. So, I should have reminded myself which, Oh. Excuse me, sir. I must commandeer your horse. Alright. So, I will state, I'm going off of, like, the reviews of other people. Visually, the game looks fucking amazing. Like, holy shit, it is the most visually appealing, besides some of the characters. It's like, area is visually appealing. Yeah. Like, it is a beautiful looking game. The issue still kind of drives from... Yeah, but I'm gonna set that aside because, like that. Yeah, and that is like an entire can of worms that we can unbox like at. Yeah, but the issue, but like kind of the difference is that the historical fiction aspect is kind of more understandable because it doesn't feel like they're rewriting history. Because the issue with Shadows is it feels like they're rewriting history because Yasuke, again, there was no actual historical proof that he was a samurai. He could never actually be a samurai. Um, yeah, yeah. It's also the fact that um, one of the people that Yasuke can have a like has a sexual relationship with is extremely disrespectful because it's an actual historical person who, yes, she was married off to like a different clan, but her entire existence is known as being a faithful and loving wife. Uh, Namako. No, I think we talked about it. No, it's it's that one lord's younger sister. We were talking about he's in that that samurai warriors game you were talking about. Yeah, Oichi. Yes, Nobunaga's. Okay. I yeah.
Mental health is questionable.
Yeah. So that's kind of like the yeah. Yeah. And like they can make an argument say, well, this was before she was married off, but that doesn't change the fact that yeah, like that they still like vastly changed um yeah. Like you would still have like women like red light districts, women of the night. Yeah. Yeah. But it's just like it's they would another streamer like had like the right term. It was like Ubisoft was basically saying like um we hired all of these quote unquote historians, and the historians um all came out and told us like this is how things were, and because it was historical fiction, we had to take some liberties with some of the character dynamics. Yep. Um yeah. But besides like the entire like historical stuff, which like there are better people that have like kind of broken down like the issues. Um of yeah. Yeah. And it's the fact that like I'm gonna take this as a consumer argument this time, not a someone who grew up with Assassin's Creed, knows how the company used to treat all of their games. Yeah. There is in Odyssey and Origins. I don't know about Valhalla because though I have not played it. Yeah, there was a option in the settings where when you did a synchronization point, it would tell you where points of interests were. Oh, there you are. Yeah, so it would tell you where points of interest were.
Filio di Troia! Who sent you?
You know what? I don't want to chase you. I have.
Stop chasing me!
Yeah. Like Yeah. Like I know I had to kill her with a hidden blade, but I just don't feel like chasing her. Yep. All right. Let me. Yeah. Okay. So they added a like one. I think the idea of microtransactions in video games is scummy, like single player video games. Like if it is a live service multiplayer, yeah. If it's a yeah. If it's like MMO, multiplayer, whatever, you can have microtransactions within reason. In Assassin's Creed Shadows, there's like 4 different currencies. You have Helix currencies, which is just the standard Uplay currency for Assassin's Creed. For Assassin's Creed in general, where you can like, yeah, and you can use that to buy like in-game items, and it would be like armor sets and weapons and resource bundles, I would say. And the resource bundles would be like metal, food, wood, which you would use to upgrade things in the game itself. And though I don't really like the idea of having those types of bundles, because that means that they made it really kind of slow and like tedious to get the resources you need. I can speak from experience with Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Yeah. Like it was a slog to actually be able to get all the items and like all the resources I needed to upgrade stuff. And there might be a bundle, like a resource bundle. I would have to go back into Odyssey and Origins both to check. But the fact that is like you can make the process a whole lot faster using actual real life currency instead of, you know, the yeah.
Basta!
Then the next issue was so it was on the thing on like the synchronization points. Now in the games there was an option where you can have like a fully blind map where whenever you do a synchronization point, you would have to use like your eagle to mark the points of interest. Which that's fine. That's fine. It would not automatically unlock on the map unless you got like super close or you were just like someone that wanted to explore every nook and cranny. They had a map pack where for like, I think it was like $15, you just unlocked the entire map. It would mark all points of interest for you. It basically took away all of the like the exploration parts out of the game. Yeah. Like if they like my brother and I, we were talking about this where there's a MMO called Guild Wars. And yeah, so in Guild Wars and Guild Wars 2, there are these there are these scouts on every map area. And the idea was one of the completion things is to 100% every single map. Which that could be a lot at times, not gonna lie. But there were the reason why we had these scouts. Okay, I don't care about that right now. The scouts' entire thing
It
was
is time to pay a visit to Lucrezia's lover, Pietro.
they would
I've sent my
mark
men out to
points
find
of interest
Molto bene.
Ezio,
for you. Like you find them, you talk to them,
What is it?
they'll be like, "Hey, here's all the points of interest in this area."
Machiavelli?
You didn't have to pay for
Do you
anything.
have proof?
It was there.
No.
Because the
It
idea
must not be
was
split apart by mere suspicion.
you
The Borgia.
you would explore the area without
Who told
using the
them?
scouts, and you're like, "Ah, man, there's one more thing here, but I don't know where it is."
Ezio?
Then you would talk to the scouts, and the scout would be like, "Oh, that one thing is over here." So it's just the fact that there's a mechanic in the game that would make it well, no, it's like it made it easier to where if you are someone who likes exploring without needing to like that and not wanting any help, you could do it in Guild Wars. But if you got stumped, you could always just have that one bib. It's just in Shadows. Yeah, because now you can just flat out buy. Yeah. What? Yeah. Because there is a streamer called Cone, or no, not Cone, Co Carnage. That's his handle on YouTube. He's a guy who, I think he got big off of the Diablo games. And he's pretty good about like non-biased takes on games and kind of just breaking down the kind of like what can make a game a good game. And he was streaming the game and he he was not sponsored by he wasn't sponsored by Ubisoft. Oh, and sponsorships by Ubisoft reminded me of something that happened, that Ubisoft actual pieces of shits. But I'll get into that little. I'll get into the drama after I finish with Ko's thing. So he was playing the game. He wasn't really having like a lot of fun, but he was enjoying his time playing the game. Then someone in his chat was like, yeah, "Hey, can you He was asking something about the store page." So Ko opened up the store page, and he just saw how bad of microtransaction hell the game actually is. Because you can just straight up buy really strong ass armor. And then he was like, instead of being like raging and being like, this is a very like bad game, he stayed calm. He got to a point where like he could visually see like everything within the game. And then like he jumped off, and instead of like doing the eagle dive, he just allowed himself to die. He's like, "Well, guys, I think I'm gonna take an early lunch." Yeah, no, like kind of like that, where he's like, I don't think I'll do another stream for this game. Like, and it's like it's an all right game, but another issue is, yeah, but yeah, it's also the fact that they kept saying that this was going to be a return to form, a going back to the roots of Assassin's Creed, like how, like, bring back the life that used to be, and it's like, yeah. So the drama with the sponsorships is that there was a VTuber that that Ubisoft was sponsoring to play Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Did you uncover information about Pietro?
They had a set time, which was, from what the VTuber said, 9 a.m. was the set time. Some dumbass at Ubisoft thought the set time was 9 p.m. And they basically nuked her entire Twitch channel. Yeah. No, so like I saw this post like the day after it happened, and I'm like, Ubisoft, I thought you guys could not get any more fucking pathetic. Oh no, they already like are getting bought out by another company right now. I don't know how good or bad that. Yeah. Yeah. So like I think it's like Tenacity is the name of the company, bought like 25% of Ubisoft stocks. So that means they have a good amount of leeway or pull over the company now. So hopefully they're able to like this buyout like actually does bring Ubisoft back to their roots, because they used to be a yeah, because they used to be like they Ubisoft used to be the company that would bring new eras of games. Like they would bring in new types of genres for games, and or they would take existing genres and just make it so much better.
What did you find out
And they
about
did that
Pietro?
with
To be suspended from a cross.
Prince of Persia, God of War. Wait, well, God of War is a Sony game, but I don't know if Ubisoft was the one who actually made them. Um, but no, like they would bring like a new just make new genres better.
But Micheletto,
And it's just recently
east of the Terme di Traiano,
they've just been releasing like actual slop and garbage. Like
He will lead me to Lucrezia's lover.
I heard good things about like the Princess Persia game they recently came out with like last year or the year before.
Do what needs to
But
be
it
done.
wasn't like game breaking, but it was a fresh of breath air from stuff like
Without
Star Wars
Lucrez's
Outlaws.
beams, I may require the help
So-
of my recruits.
Um um it's just seeing Ubisoft kind of destroy themselves it does make me very kind of sad and disappointment. I'm not happy about it. Like I might sound happy, like
please, I have done nothing.
yeah, because like I can be like I might sound happy. I'm only happy when a company gets what they deserve, and I think Ubisoft does deserve kind of the hate and the backlash that they are getting.
I am still your servant and ally. Are you demanding that I
Yeah,
discount
and
your
another
trust
issue
and
is,
power
and
of
this
friendship?
goes out to
I
like
ask
all
you,
gaming
not
companies.
demanding, to unite
This
the
idea
gods,
of
I
a
must have
modern
every
audience
institution
does
under
not
my control.
exist. Because you'll hear this term called like of this modern audience, and this quote unquote modern audience
You know
would
that I
be
really work for you, not the
gamers
gods,
that want like
Who I trust.
LGBT plus representation in everything. They want gender ideologies in everything. They want
You intend to kill me?
um
Your most loyal friend? Of course not. Are you letting me go? Thank you, Cesare. You will not regret.
yeah.
Guards, give Micheletto the costumes for the play. Lucrezia is mine. No one else shall have her.
Yeah.
Make doubly
So
sure
like
it's done for
the things a lot of the time are
Oh,
it's
yes.
this idea of a modern audience does not exist. Like there are probably gamers that do want this idea of a modern audience. But this
Aspetta, aspetta.
Hey, hey! Andiamo!
yeah. But so it kind of
Hey, hey! Oh.
Dragon Age of Veilguard is a medieval fantasy game. The Dragon Age series, from what one of my brother's friends told me, was that it has one of the to modern standards, is the gameplay the best? Probably not, but story wise it is one of the best games franchises that got like just with their storylines. Yeah. Yeah. So like the let's see. Just to double check something. Oh, well, no, there's going to be one more thing I was going to say. Just about the modern audience thing. It's you can have diversity in a game. However, you need to acknowledge who your audience actually is and understand that the people who want diversity are probably like just like the they don't they speak about how like we want this type of game to exist, but they will never actually buy or play the games. The people that will buy and play the games are yeah. 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 I don't was it because the target was okay. But yeah, no, like game companies like don't you can look at like what's being said on Twitter at times. Blue Sky, Instagram, whatever social media platform you want to use to gauge like what people want. But I think one of the better things to do is use the Steam comment sections. I'm not gonna lie. If your game's on Steam, use the Steam reviews and Steam.
Here. Oh, whoa.
Yeah, like, and people will kind of talk about like their issues, and I think using the Steam reviews is honestly one of the best things you can do. Um, especially if you want to gauge like how do people like a game, because Helldivers. Yeah. No, like Helldivers. When Sony basically told the company that made Helldivers, "Hey, we want the player base to sign into a Sony account before they play." Helldivers got like review bombed into oblivion.
Andiamo.
Like like people still find Helldivers enjoyable. It might be kind of like you don't hear much about just because I think it's kind of the yeah, but the it's like they got review bombed. Then Helldivers like, yeah, no, we hear the player base, and they kind of tried their best to kind of mitigate, and they were able to keep a good majority of their fan base. Yeah, it was then like oh my god, piece of shit. There was, yeah. Yeah, I think Monster Hunter World, another great example of why the Steam reviews actually have a lot more sway, well, and sway than you would think, because oh okay because whenever Alatreon was added in one of the title updates for Iceborne, the player base like just absolutely shat on them, like on Capcom and the Monster Hunter people, because Alatron's like one of the most bullshit fights in the game. And you know what Capcom did? To my knowledge,
Once you get dressed,
they have not had any fight like Alatreon added ever again because they kind of realized that though Alatreon is supposed to be a really
A word with you.
yeah, because Alatreon became like more bearable, like as like some more of the title updates came. Yeah. Dude, can you like stop fucking following me? I'm supposed to follow you. Huh. I've never had his AI do this before. Okay, there we go. Um the yeah. Yeah.
I don't see him. There, I have him.
Yeah. Wait, timeout, timeout. Koga timeout. I just realized something. Alright, so for all those that didn't know, Koga was right here with me the entire time. For some reason, OBS decided to be
You
a...
motherfucker! I was muted.
Don't blame me! Blame OBS on this one.
Oh my god! I thought we were past these.
Like I said, don't blame me, blame OBS. Because...
Oh my god!
No,
Go check out Arkham. What was it? City, where we had this same problem.
yeah. Hey, but at least I caught it at this point. Um... So,
Oh my god!
Koga was just agreeing with me on basically a lot of my stuff on,
Pretty much, yeah. Like
on
I was. You know what you can do. You know what you can do.
What?
You have copies of all my templates, right?
Yep.
Put me in a corner and just give me subtitles.
Ah, okay.
You can, just like just make it say whatever you recall me saying.
Yeah, I thought I'll do that. Okay, but we were talking about the direct and what you were,
And when we get to this point, both me and my template can be mad at you.
yeah. Um, as if I remember to do it.
Hey, hey.
Okay, so we were talking about the GameCube thing. Yeah.
Yes. I am super happy that Super Mario Strikers, Coliseum, and XD are all already announced for that console, as I'm pretty sure they were three of the more wanted titles to be put on there. You know?
Yeah.
Not only that, but, and I mentioned this to you just before we went live, but for those who haven't connected the dots yet, the Switch 2's mouse controls opens the door for a potential Nintendo DS Virtual Console, which means we could get games like Pokemon Ranger or maybe Fossil Fighters. Like, I'm making that a hard maybe because I don't know how possible that is. But like, just Nintendo DS games in general would be huge. You know?
Yeah, because I was thinking of which yeah, how I would do the Pokemon Ranger games. Because I'm gonna be 100% honest, I tried using the mouse controls.
Yeah, no. I have also tried that. That shit's not happening.
Yeah,
He acts on stage, senor.
But if this pans out, then like if Nintendo realizes this, if they understand the potential they have created,
I must get to Pietro before
I mean that's
then we
probably
could go
well,
ahead.
I was gonna say they probably like did think about that. Um, and that's why they implemented the mouse controls because they're like they
Yeah, and
realized that we're at the time of
they would definitely want to hold off on announcing it. I don't doubt that for a second.
because they need to get feedback on the
Well, not only that, but they want the GameCube Virtual Console to have its time in the sun with how much people have been demanding it. You know,
yeah.
at least that's what I hope their train of thought is.
I kind of hope we while we get to the DS era of which one's the
Of Virtual Consoles.
not killing the gun. Okay. No, it had to do with the like the remakes of games that they've been giving out recently. Because
Yeah.
it looks like we might be getting to like the more of like the
Oh yeah,
DS
like
era.
Bravely
game.
Default.
Yeah.
Although that's a 3DS game, but still.
But like, because Paper Mario Thousand Year Door remake that was on the GameCube, so we might be. Ah, shit. Where can I climb to the top of the Coliseum from? Hey. All right. Yeah. GameCube era of games. I think got a couple. Besides, like the BDSP remake, which was a DS era game, we might be getting close to them focus firing the DS era of games as remakes.
Yeah.
A bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I'm still waiting on that Gen 5 announcement.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's going to be a part of next year's big Pokemon reveal.
I hope
You
so.
know,
Yeah.
since this year's holiday season is going to be all about ZA.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And,
Which cross is Pietro's?
the Digimon's new Digimon story game.
Wait, and
Yeah.
we shall see whether Elijah dare come here.
I mean, I'm neutral about that game.
My thirst is great. My
Hopefully
thirst
they add in
Like,
English
I'm not
voice
saying
acting.
Digimon games are bad. I'm not saying Digimon games are bad. They're certainly not. I mean, the playthroughs that you and I have of Cyber Sleuth and Hacker's Memory are proof of that. But they're also like the Digimon story games are investments of time.
Yeah. Like I say that the like hopefully they have in like English voice acting for those games to make the investments
Well-
a little more bearable.
Yeah, I will say, Digimon World Next Order, that is fully English dubbed. So if either of us ever decide to get around to that game,
Thou must be there. Thou cannot read.
we could do that. Like, it's got a lot of story in it, but it's a lot more bearable because of the dub. You know?
Yeah.
Yes, have this thing, and take good heed. Thou must do as
Let's
the
see.
king bade thee. A king that is full of great need. I will do as he bade me, but on your peril it shall be. What I do, I may not say.
Delicious.
whether it be evil
Delicious
or
drugs.
good.
Because it can heal us.
High King of Heaven, I see
need to get on
thee
stage.
on my hand and on my spear,
Okay.
bright water flow, and on my eyes some
We are,
that I may see both one and all.
we are in costume, Kohga.
Come from.
Yup, we're in disguise. Isn't it obvious? We blend into the environment perfectly.
I have slain in this stead.
Oh man, this is why cosmetics are fun.
I hear she dead, hanging, that never yet did
Am I right or am I right?
You're right. Alright, so for this section, this took me a while to figure out. We have to use Eagle Vision to get to where we have to go.
That's a little annoying.
I say surely,
I mean, we are learning this play on the spot.
ask Pilate,
Fair enough.
and buried shall he be. I shall help thee to take him down devotedly. Sir Pilate, special I thee pray, a boon thou grant me as thou may.
So I want to ask
Thou
an opinionated question.
An opinionated question.
Yeah. Like, from your perspective, when judging something that is considered to be a fan project on all accounts,
Right?
how important is the delivery of the acting?
Joseph, already, in good faith.
Um.
That Centurion says that he is dead. Him will I not deny.
Oh, come on!
Centurion,
Ezio!
is Jesus dead?
You piece of shit!
He just didn't like that person, man. He really did not like that person at all.
If it's a fan project where it's like it is just the fans making it themselves,
Yeah, where it's like
I
it's their
won't-
own spin on something, but you can tell that it's also an homage to the series
yeah,
that
like
it's based on.
yeah, I'm not going to be like, this acting is shit. This acting's terrible. I don't like, because like, what was it? There was like this channel I saw like a bit ago, where they basically just did like I want to say it was probably like a college university project, but they basically
Mhm.
just took the entirety of Sorcerer's Stone
Oh.
and just did like a slightly shot-for-shot remake with like low-budget, low-tier acting, where they rewrote
Okay.
some of the sections, like the ending, instead of Dumbledore congratulating Harry and the others on like how.
You're fucking suspended.
Oh no, he flat out said, "You guys are expelled because you went against my orders, and you nearly got the Wizarding World destroyed because you went to find the Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah.
When the Philosopher's Stone was in a really hidden, magically sealed off spot where Voldemort never would have been able to find it." Okay, there we go.
Actually, funny thing about the Sorcerer's Stone and like the Mirror of Erised that held it.
If that Centurion says that he is
Um,
dead,
I know I'm saying Sorcerer's Stone when he's talking Philosopher's Stone. Same difference. It's just a regional thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Philosopher's Stone is the correct
yeah,
thing.
Philosopher's Stone is correct. Sorcerer's Stone is just the localization that I grew up with, so it's what I know.
Yeah.
As I promised Cesare.
So like, even though I'm calling it the Sorcerer's Stone, I am aware that Philosopher's Stone is correct. But anyway, so like, you know how the trick with the Mirror of Erised is that you can only get the stone from the mirror if you seek it, but don't intend to use it. Right?
Yeah.
This means that if Dumbledore wanted, he could have just put the Mirror of Erised in Quirrell's office, and it would have been just as secure.
Yeah.
I find that hilarious. But yeah, going back to what I was saying about, like, fan productions and acting, the reason I ask is because I recently finally sat down and watched a vast majority of Power Rangers Unworthy. And first off, it's a really good series. Anybody who is even slightly a fan of Power Rangers should definitely check that series out, especially if they like the Neo Saban era stuff that started around Samurai and onward. You know?
Yeah.
But the Tommy Oliver character,
Your savior.
whenever she was in her Ranger form, all of the voice lines that were delivered by her was
He has been poisoned.
just dead. Like an AI voice could have put more emotion into it than what she was giving.
Yeah.
In all other aspects, the voice acting was spot on, or at the very least, serviceable.
Key to the Castel Sant'Angelo.
But in that one very specific instance, it was example. It was just bad. Like, I don't judge the show harshly because of that one detail.
Not yet.
Where does this passage lead?
To the north.
It's just that thing where, like, if I could go back and fix one thing for them, it would be this.
Yeah.
You know?
Here comes the tough part. Damn it. Leave me alone!
But yeah.
Like, for fan projects, it is like, if the acting's bad,
Yeah,
I won't hold it against
you have
them.
to accept that there is going to be some areas where they just don't measure up.
Yeah. Like, if
'Cause,
it's
like-
if it's like a big Hollywood production, then yes, I am going to shit on the acting.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I mean, Unworthy was almost turned into a Netflix series, so that would have been cool. But yeah, like the show's lower budget definitely shows itself in a lot of other places.
I was right. I have to stop La Volpe before he gets to Machiavelli.
Also, damn that guy.
where is Volpe?
Because, like, there's a lot of instances where the series antagonist, the Arbiter, runs a Power Ranger through with their sword, but it's, like, painfully obvious that they're doing the catch it by the armpit trick.
Yeah.
And there are some instances where they don't even have their backs angled in a way that makes it appear like maybe it stabbed through them.
Yeah.
But like, I don't give that a second glance because, again, lower budget fan project. They worked with what they had, and what they had was really good. So I appreciate that they made the effort. Like, I don't knock it against them, but it's impossible to ignore it.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where like they it oh gosh.
Also, Power Rangers Unworthy had the balls to slice a Ranger's arm off before Cosmic Fury, so they definitely get points for that.
Actually shows some
Except,
violence.
except it was a lot more visceral because we actually saw the action of the Arbiter cutting the arm off.
Here, he carried this letter.
And it's like he was like screaming in agony and pain, whereas with Javi, it was literally just an explosion and it's there, it's done. Arm no more.
Yes. Thank you for relaying the message in time.
So it was really well done. Like like the guy who plays the Chrono Ranger who had this happen to him, like major props. Dude did great with that performance. I would argue that as far as the acting goes, it was his best scene.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, definitely check out Power Rangers Unworthy if you're a fan of the franchise.
So,
But just know, like, it's. I'm almost certain that it is canceled by this time. I researched it for I researched the subject for a couple of hours, and everything that I've seen has led me to believe that yes, it is canceled. So like, it's never gonna have a finale. But you know,
it do be like that some days.
yeah. I mean, if it can happen to Team 4-Star, it can happen to anyone.
Yeah. But that was just because the voice actor for Goku was also kind of a little bitch.
Yeah.
Because if I remember correctly, like, he was the reason why a lot of strikes happened against the channel, just because he did not like what they were doing, like how they were portraying Goku, which I can understand.
Yeah, no, like, considering that it's one of his most famous characters, I definitely understand him being protective, but at the same time, dude, they don't even pretend that this shit is canon.
Yeah. And like, if anything, you can make an argument saying that Super kind of made Goku, like, way worse
Super
than Z.
proves... Yeah, Super Series Goku is not a good Goku.
Yeah. Like if you were complaining about like Goku being stupid in Dragon Ball Z Abridged, then why the hell were you voicing Goku in Super where they made Goku really stupid and selfish?
Yeah, like...
And for the people that say, how was Goku selfish? The dude was like, hey, let's have a fight. Like, Zeno, let's have a massive tournament. Like,
and do I even need to remind people about the bounty he put on himself?
okay, that was actually kind of more funny than anything else.
It was funny, but let's not pretend it also isn't the dumbest fucking thing in the world to do.
Yeah. I will say, in some of the parallel quests in Xenoverse 2, they actually make fun of that, where a bunch of people were like, yeah, I might put a hit on myself to fight hits. Never mind, that's stupid.
And that's what I appreciate, that Dragon Ball... that Dragon Ball is willing to make fun of itself, you know?
Yeah.
But you are exactly what the Order needed. You have led the charge against the Templars and rebuilt this Brotherhood. Now we must put Ezio where he belongs, at the head of the assassins. Ezio Auditore da Firenze. You will now be known as Il Mentore, the guardian of our order and our secrets.
Where other men blindly follow the truth,
Remember, nothing is true.
Oh, damn it. Hang on a minute.
By morality and law. Remember.
I actually got I was playing Shadows of War the other day,
Right?
and I actually got an achievement called Everything is Permitted.
Yeah.
Why the sudden change of heart?
And I was like, oh, that's fun.
I was the one who brought you to Roma, and the one who caused the explosion as you fled the Castello. The mercenari who protected you at Il Colosseo were mine as well. You just did not know it.
Maestro Machiavelli! Cesare has returned to Roma alone. He rides for the Castel Sant'Angelo.
Grazie.
Well,
The decision is yours, not mine.
Niccolo, you better not stop telling me what you think. Why else would I seek the opinion of my most trusted advisor?
Go kill them, Mentore. Finish what you started.
good advice.
You've got stabby stabbing things. Stabby stabs them.
You, make it short.
Spoiler alert, he didn't make it short.
Yeah. Alright. So that's sequence 7 done.
Also, goddamn this game. Every time we talk to Machiavelli, I just want to watch freaking Realist Hero again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sequence 8, The Bolgia.
Alright. So I'll just get an idea of what all is around. Templar layer. Not going to bother with that. Not going to bother with that. Christina and that can wait. There you are, layer of Romulus. Damn it, we might not be able to even do it yet. Unless...
Either way, I think we're at a good ending point for this episode.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a look and see if we're able to do the layer of Romulus before we have to do this memory.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're able to, then at the beginning of the next episode we'll be right outside this layer of Romulus. And that should be the last layer of Romulus.
Alright, cool. We can finally put an end to that.
Yep. So, like, comment, sub, do all that good stuff. Go check out Kohga's channel because I feel bad for having him muted, like, for half the episode.
Go check out Pokemon Soul Silver.
Go do that, guys. Also, by the time this comes out, my episodes of Heart Gold should be out, so go check out my Pokemon.
Yeah, definitely go check that out and laugh at him.
Yeah, laugh at me for being a mediocre Pokemon player. See you guys next one.
That as if we both don't universally agree that you are the better player of these games than me.
That's because I spend time researching after I do my first playthroughs. But yeah, you guys have a good one. Bye!